Let's go. So I think it's about 70%. And Toga, thrust ref.
knots.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Cool. I hope it's getting better, but I think for some reason the VAS with this aircraft is suffering quite a bit. I don't have much VAS left. When I looked at the EFB and I closed it, the VAS was quite down, so right.
Gear up and locked.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10 selected.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 selected.
Flaps up.
Flaps going up.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. And gear.
Up and off.
Flaps.
Up.
After takeoff checklist complete.
Right, at 10,000 feet. All the lights can come off. And these three stay on: the beacon, the nav light and the strobe light. Now we're gonna accelerate up to 390 knots, I think. Quite cloudy in Paris today. Oh, the wing is flapping. Check the wing flap and the wind. It's amazing the way the wing is flexing in the wind with the turbulence. And wow. Yeah, so today we're going to Donington. Right, 161 climbing 260. Yeah, Sham 2505, it's a nice 747. Can I play with madness? Yeah, exactly. Can I play with madness? Yeah. Alright, we passed most of the cloud layer. I think we can release the band and the rest of the crew. Right, so we'll go vertical speed the last couple of 1,000 feet. We are not at the end of the departure yet. We're still about 16 miles to Opal, which is the first point on the flight plan. So the end of the standard instrument departure. So yeah, for the last couple of 1,000 feet, I like to reduce the rate of climb. In the aircraft, in particular, on the 777, and I would imagine also on the 747, there will be a lot of momentum if you're climbing at full thrust, and you would not burst your altitude catching up, but there will be quite like a sharp and quite like a pronounced leveling off kind of effect if you are like climbing full whack. I would imagine on the 777 that's kind of the case a little bit. So it's good to reduce the rate of climb in the last couple of 1,000 feet to make the altitude capture a little bit smoother. As far as I know, this is the last version for FSX. When I first installed it, then I launched the operation center, and they give me an update to download again. So I believe this is the last update according to the PMDG operation center. Oh, nice, Sham 2505, beautiful. That's nice. So Alt 260 enough path. So still over like the northwest of France, and we're soon gonna cross the channel. The forecast for East Midlands was actually quite interesting. There was a forecast for some rain, which is kind of quite common, but also a forecast for hail. So let's see if we are lucky and we get some hail on arrival in East Midlands. That would be quite interesting to see how hail is simulated in this thing. For the moment it looks alright in East Midlands. No rain, no hail, just a touch windy, but it will help the landing, so that's good. Quite strong wind at flight level 260, 96 knots, so it's already kind of jet stream speed, and we're only at 26,000 feet. I love this aircraft, it's really nice. It's really good. They must have had a whale of a time on this. Joined by 64. Yeah, what you're saying is correct. It's not because you are. I wouldn't say. I don't really want to talk about money and stuff because it kind of feels awkward. But I think I've kind of explained before that at the end of the day, you know, I might live like a comfortable life, but as Joined by 64 like. Pointed out, not that I live in a super expensive house and I have nice cars, because it's not really the case, but yeah, I live like a quite comfortable life, fair enough, but at the same time, yeah, I've got to think about the future. I've got kids as well, and yeah, I'm not rolling on gold, far from it. It's a little bit awkward, you know, to talk about all this stuff. All I have to say is that if you feel that the stream and the channel on YouTube as well is kind of value to you, and you want to kind of give back a little bit, then fair enough. I don't do that for the. I don't do all the streaming and the YouTube channel for the donations, and I mean. But if you feel like you want to give back a little bit, I'm not looking for sympathy, but at the same time, this is taking a lot of my time. A lot of my time that I do this for virtually for free. I enjoy doing it, but nobody's kind of forcing me to do it, or I don't do it for, you know. So if I can get a little something back as well, that's. You know, that kind of encourages me to go further and do more. Anyway, so it still shows Paris, so that means that we're still not halfway across the flight. But we'll start setting up the arrival. I will go on the index to come back to the departure arrival index page, and then go to Echo Golf November X-ray. LS 27, and it's the Pigot. Which one is it? Pigot 1 Juliet. We're transitioning via Pigot, I guess. So we'll execute this and see what we have in the lakes page. So according to the chart, Welling is at 250 knots, so Welling is later, I think. Yeah, 250 knots is there at Welling. It says to expect 220 at Hemel, which I guess you do get in real. So 220 at Hemel, and 250 at Welling, which is there. Villag, Hoopduk, and then it goes here in the loop. So we don't really do that. So how are we gonna do that? Actually, I've got an idea. We're gonna put this point. Let's see on the plan mode. East Midlands is a funny arrival. If we look at this here, we can see it kind of comes to Villag, Hoopduk, and then it kind of goes around in the loop. So we're not gonna do this. We're gonna kind of fly a direct route. So what we might do actually is go from Villag to that Daventry 28 point and then continue like this. I think it's the best option. So Daventry 28 we're gonna put after Villag, we said. We'll reduce the speed here at Daventry 28. We'll just adapt the arrival a little bit, because as I said, it doesn't really make sense to do that big loop. You would do the loop obviously if there's traffic or as directed by ATC, but right, and at the CI 27 we'll reduce the speed as well, 170 knots. Still doesn't give a good so I'll reduce the speed here as well. I said more or less. Oops. Oh, so maybe it's like the 777. You can't just enter a speed, you need to enter a speed and an altitude. No, hold on. Am I going to manage that? It's easier in the real aircraft than having to use the mouse to type things like that. Right, 9.9 of fuel, that's good. Come back to the map mode. Go for flap 30. We are all good. The QNH was, we can actually listen to the ATIS 122025. See what the latest weather from Active Sky.
Echo Golf November X-ray airport information India 1050 Zulu weather wind 261 at 17 visibility 10 sky condition ceiling 3400 broken temperature 8 dew point 0 QNH 1007 advise an initial contact with information India Echo Golf November X-ray airport information India 1050 Zulu weather wind 261 at.
Right, so for runway 27 the wind is more or less down the runway, about 18 knots. So it's gonna be okay, I guess. And QNH 1007. I look at the ILS chart quickly. Minimums are 490. So we set 490 on the barrow. Oh, that was very quick. They've improved that. Otherwise I hit the perfect spot to wind the barrow up quickly. Auto brake, we're not very heavy I think, so auto brake 2 we'll try to see. It's a fairly long runway in East Midlands, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, you approaching London. Is this Gatwick? I think this is Gatwick. So yeah, because I have a lot of scenery around London, I've got Gatwick, I've got Heathrow, I've got Stansted. I've kind of disabled those sceneries to try to avoid any ooms. Not that I've suffered from ooms before, but just because I had a lot of scenery in the area, I thought there was maybe no point of the simulator, like download all the areas. I believe when you fly over airports like this, it kind of decreases your VAS. So if I understand it well, I might not. Right, I think we're all set up really. We've got a VRF set, we've got minimums for the approach 490, QNH 1007 is preset, the FMC is all set. The only thing I need to check is the missed approach, just in case We go to 3,000 feet to the Echo Mike Echo, yeah, that's correct. MCP altitude reset. So 220 to be leveled by Hemel, I think. Yeah. So far so good. So yeah, this is London from the nose of the aircraft. So we are approaching more or less overhead London, and it's already starting the descent for East Midlands. I think East Midlands is about 2.5 hours away from London by car, and on the plane you already start the descent when you're over London. Beautiful, you can see the River Thames. Stadium there, I'm not sure which one it is to the north. Could be, is it Wembley to the north? I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's London City there. The Millennium. You can see all the bends of the river. Yeah, one of the bridges. Very nice, London. Our Maiden is coming back home. I think they are from the east end of London, those guys. Anyway, now back to idle. So what the FMC is doing is that, or the autopilot, it's first coming back on the speed and then it'll start the descent. Right, sitting on the jump seat. Where are the pilots? There's no pilots in this aircraft. It's a beautiful aircraft anyway. Flies very well. I'm really enjoying it. In the meantime, while I'm blethering, it's started the descent. So we are in VNAV path. We're gonna make the restriction there, so I can continue the descent. Next one maybe 70. Transition is 80 today. We set this one. 7,000 above is fine. Yeah, so in the for East Midlands in particular, gives you on the chart transition altitude 6,000 and then transition level by ATC. The way I work it out is for the transition level is if the QNH is less than 1013, then you take 2 levels above. So from 6,000, the transition level will be 80. So that you've got a bit of a bigger margin in between the transition level and the transition altitude. If the QNH, however, is greater than 1013, then you take just 1 level above, so 70. That's the way I do it, and I believe that's the way it's done by ATC as well. Iron Maiden, the Book of Souls World Tour. It's another wonderful aircraft. You can find it on the VATSIM library. It's available to download. Thank you to the gentleman who spent the time to repaint the aircraft. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, even down to the details there with the tour dates, or at least the tour locations. And today we're doing Paris here to Donington. Donington, there's not really an airport there. The airport that serves Donington is East Midlands. Yeah, we are approaching the Midlands. So yes, so ORBX England is quite good. You know, you've got these ground textures which are a little bit better than, you know, the default simulator textures. There's a little bit of work done on the textures depending on the areas and stuff, so it's quite good. It's very green, springtime. The best part of being a pilot, I guess, is flying. Yeah, but flying at decent times, not flying in the middle of the night. Flying in the middle of the night is not fun. But yeah, no, the flying is the best part. Yeah, the airport is more or less straight ahead. I'm not that familiar with the area, I have to say. I mean, I know East Midlands and a little bit further west towards Birmingham. I mean, I've been there before, but I wouldn't say I'm very familiar. But it looks like one of the East Midlands airport is funny because it kind of sits kind of in the middle of Nottingham, Derby and Leicester, I believe, and yeah, in the kind of center of England. So kind of serves these kind of three cities. And Donington is just next to the airport. Actually, it's not very far. I believe Donington is actually a racing circuit, if I'm correct. I might be wrong, but I think it's a racing circuit. Obviously, it's such a wide area, and they can do like concerts and things like that there. So it's good. All right, 100. We'll put all the lights. Once again, this is more like the 777 SOP because drag required. Yeah, near border. Okay. Yeah, touring cars and superbikes. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so yeah, I remember like being in the area once, and you could hear like I don't know if it was like motorbikes, or I think it was motorbikes. It was really noisy from quite like a big distance away from it. So yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah. Yeah, I did spend a bit of time in the area, kind of visited a few times, yeah. Alright, so we'll go down to, let's say, 4,000 feet, set the QNH. And more or less the approach checklist. We've not done the descent checklist, but the descent checklist more or less is that the approach has been sorted out and prepared, and for the approach checklist basically just the altimeters 1007. We already have the ILS ident, India Echo Mike Echo, which is the correct ident. Looking good, looking good. Alright, I fancy doing a bit of hold on, hand flying, so let's do it. I'm sure Bruce will be very proud. Engage, heading select.
Heading, select, selected, on.
Set heading 360.
Setting, heading 360.
Pilot Jeff, thank you very much for the hosting. Set altitude 2000.
Selecting altitude 2000.
Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1 selected.
Set speed 201.
Setting speed 201.
So this is actually the way it works if you fly the aircraft manually. You tell the pilot monitoring to do the MCP inputs for you, exactly as I'm doing now. So multi-crew experience for that is very good. When you when the autopilot is engaged, it's the role of the pilot flying to do the autopilot inputs. But once the pilot flying is actually manually flying the aircraft, then it's the pilot monitoring who does the inputs. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
Set speed 181.
Selecting speed 181.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10 selected.
Set heading 350.
Setting heading 350.
Set speed 170.
Selecting speed 170.
Set heading 300.
Setting heading 300.
Engage approach mode.
Approach mode engaged.
This is quite cool. Gonna intercept the ILS anytime soon. Gear down.
Gear, speed, check. Going down.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20. Selected.
Set speed 150.
Selecting speed 150.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Selected.
Set speed 146.
Setting speed 146. Gear down and secured.
Right. It's a lovely weather out there. Lights of capture. Set altitude 3000.
Okay, confirm, sorry. Confirm transponder code.
Set altitude 3000.
Okay, Captain, transponder code 3000.
Set altitude 3000.
Altitude, select, already selected off.
Set altitude 3000.
Setting, altitude 3000.
He's a little bit. Ooh. Here's the village of Kegworth, which is somehow famous for being the location where that is it Midlands aircraft kind of ended up after they shut down the wrong engine. I can see we'll cross the motorway, and then there's a little road just after the motorway before we get to the airport perimeter. The missed approach altitude is set. So basically the gear is down, 30 green light on the flap, speed brake is armed. The landing checklist is complete. Auto throttle is coming off. Yeah, so that's the village, Kegworth, I believe. And then we can see the motorway. You can see a few vehicles. I don't know if you see them on the stream.
500.
Check. Yeah, that's the motorway there. Then there's some sort of like embankment.
Plus 100.
Then there's a little road. Check.
300. Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Yeah, auto brake 2 was more than enough. Welcome to East Midlands. We're ready to rock and roll in Donington next door. Hey, that was really nice. Alright, I'll try to vacate. I'm not sure if we can get the next one. Alright, I'm not sure this is good for 7.4, but we'll take the outside view and we'll see if we can, if the wheels at, oops, sorry, if the wheels stay on the taxiway or if they go in the grass. Let's see. Whoa, 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 turn, turn. Ah, it stopped in the turn. Come on. Oh no, maybe it's alright. As I said, the gear is not that wide. Oh, so that's good. Yeah, it's alright. We are on the taxiway. Yeah, we're not in the grass. Anyway, sorry, I'm playing around there. Clean up.
Okay. Great. Landing. Captain.
Cool. Then where are we gonna park? No. I think it was at the Limas. No. I don't have the gates here. Right, page. I think it was 72, yeah. Follow me. Yes, why not? Let's look at the follow me. Hey! Yeah, it was a nice approach. I enjoyed that. I'll slow down, I'll wait for the follow me to come round. Estimated in 28 seconds. I'll wait, it's okay. Oh, here's the follow me. Wow, he's going into the grass. Check the maneuver. Ole. He's spent too much time in Donington. APU is running, which is good. Here's all the ground staff, all the equipment. And the marshaller. Lights and doors.
Cabin crew. Disarm doors and cross-check. You are the best captain.
He's so kind. That first officer is so kind. Whoop! Need to stop, yeah. No bother. Right, so parking brake is set. The doors are manual, APU is running. Go 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy days. Less than 20%. The seat belts, oh, they're actually down here. No problem, Bill. Thank you very much for popping along, and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye. Seatbelt sign off. It's all yours. All yours.
Yes, Captain. Great flight, Captain. Many thanks.
You're welcome. Right, that's it. Here we are in sunny East Midlands for this flight. All done.